Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the Droppin Dimes pod. This is our inaugural podcast. This is your host, Michael Delp. I live in Charlotte right now, but I've lived all over the US and I have an eclectic taste of NBA teams that you'll find out more about as you listen. But overall, I'm obsessed with the NBA playoffs. This is the best time of year. There's no more tanking, and I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts with all of you. And today I've got my buddy Douglas Blake. We met at a Hornets at the Hornets games. We were both season ticket holders, and he sat a row behind me. Most of the seats all around us were just, sold to one-timers, but Doug and I were some of the only constants, and we ended up striking up some conversations about the game and the NBA as a whole. So welcome, Doug, and please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's Doug, man, from Charlotte. Also born and raised, trying to try something different, with the sports. Put my opinion out there too, since it's going to drop some dimes out here.
Hell yeah. All right, Doug. So this is our first podcast, but the season just ended already. So it would have been some sort of general thoughts about the season this year. I can start off. So I would say the East is really wide open. Like I have sort of like no clue who's gonna win. I think it could be, if any of the top four teams could come out of the East. I'll talk more about that later when we talk about our playoff previews. But that's one thing that strikes me, you know. And of course, another thing is just tanking sucks, and they gotta do something about it, man. It's got to new levels now. But I've got some thoughts on that, but I won't drop those dimes quite yet. What about you, Doug? What do you think about the sort of NBA season as a whole this year, 2025, 2026?
I mean, of course, the mighty West is always looking strong, and don't know who's going to come out of there. I mean, OKC is looking good. Golden State, they had a couple of injuries to their team, so I was expecting them to do a little bit better, but they're not. They're not where they were projected to be. So but a little bit more we'll talk about too. I just know the East is, like you said, it is up in the air. You never know. Might have a lower team go to the finals this year, like the Indiana Pacers. So never know, never know.
Yeah, that was a big surprise last year. But wow, what a magical run they had. It's tough luck. Tough luck what happened to Halliburton. And they went out and the Celtics went out with Jason Tatum. I thought both those teams were going to be at the bottom. The Pacers
Yeah,
fulfilled their soundness.
they've been
The
holding it down.
freaking Celtics, man, going there
Yeah,
number
holding
two,
it down.
close to number one. I did not see that coming. That's just incredible.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, he's an MVP. I mean, Finals MVP that is. So I mean, he's taken on that role ever since Tatum been out. So I mean, that really surprised me a lot. So coming from him, thought it was going to be a little bit different though, but he channeled in his defense and played offense very, very well. So I mean, he made it known for the MVP of this year too. So never know, he might get it. Never know.
He'll get some votes. Yeah, he's been great. He's a Cal grad. That's my alma mater, so I was kind of rep for him. I wouldn't have thought he would have been a third pick overall when he was at Cal. He was. You could tell he had talent, but
Yeah.
our team didn't really do anything that year. But man, he's great on both sides. Two-way player,
hmm Yep.
gets to the rim over and over. His handle could be a little tighter, but it works.
He's
But
not
that
trying to get
Celtics
left.
team, man, they seem to do just as well even when he's not there. And they've got some scrubs on that team, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
got like
They got some
Baylor
guys that's
Shireman
surprising.
and Nick Quaida, and
Yeah.
they're still winning. It's crazy.
I got to see them when they play against the Hornets. I was like, wow, these guys are really out here scoring like that. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting it though. I was expecting
Who
the
are
Hornets
these
to,
guys?
win that game. Yeah, they showing their name. They're making their name though, especially in that last game they played.
Yeah, what's the name? Shireman was 6 for 7 from three, and
Yeah,
they beat Orlando.
yeah, they
And
came back too. Were down. They were down. They
yeah,
came back.
they had nothing to play for. Orlando is thinks they're the king of the world. They're sitting one of their players at halftime and stuff. And the Celtics
They
just
would have come
take
back. Yeah,
and kick Orlando out of a home court for the play-in game. I mean, what?
right. And
Orlando
now they got
just,
to play for it. They got to play for it now,
man, they
and they're playing
screwed up.
against the Sixers.
Well, anyway, this is a good. Another game yesterday that was kind of weird was the Spurs game. So I was like, why did they sit Wimby? Because you want to win that game. If they had won that game, they would have kicked the Nuggets back to fourth seed, and they wouldn't have had to face the. Sorry, they would have kicked the Nuggets back to fourth seed. They wouldn't have had to face them, and now,
Deal with them.
yeah, now they got to deal with them in the second round potentially. And this is a
Yeah.
team that had their number recently,
hmm
so I think they screwed up.
Unless they take advantage of it and get ready for them again in the second round. But it's gonna be tough though. It's really gonna be tough. We're gonna see how that really gets down to it.
Yeah. Well, let's move over and focus on these play-in matchups. All right, so we got in the East, we got the Heat versus our Hornets at home. Oh yeah, go Charlotte. So, what do you think about this series? About this game? Sorry, not even series, just a game.
Well, if it's gonna be sold out like it was last time, the Hornets got a chance. They got to just run them out of the gym. They just got to run Miami out because Miami knows that they have to stop that run. If they don't stop the run, then they're gonna be behind. Gonna blow that Heat away.
Yeah, I don't think the Heat have a chance. I'm wearing my Hornets jersey in favor of them. I mean, it's been what 5 years since they
Yeah, it's been
made
a long one. It's
like
been a
a
long one.
postseason. I guess you can call this the postseason. It's not the playoffs,
Right,
but it's this
right.
postseason.
Post
So
into it. Yeah.
it
You
was
know,
like
we
4 or 5 years
we
ago. I
had our
can't
seasons.
remember.
Yeah, because when we had our season tickets, we didn't go to no playoffs games. It was just the
No,
last game of
man.
the season, and that was it.
Yeah,
But thank
we are
goodness
so
they got
far
a
away from the
got a chance
playoffs.
now. Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I'm
We
gonna predict the Hornets take this one. They shoot the lights out.
yeah, they're gonna play very aggressive at home too. And they're gonna have
Yeah.
the city of Charlotte showing out. They're gonna go crazy for them tomorrow. So it's gonna be real
Oh yeah, I'll
interesting.
be there. You gonna come, Doug?
Man, you know what? I probably need to come too, so I can enjoy that
Yeah,
game. I
man.
will.
It's gonna be electric out there, and might not happen again for who knows how long. Although I think they're on an upward trajectory. So,
Yeah, yeah, they are. We we,
um,
we got some rising rookies, man. We got some surprising rookies that surprised us all.
yeah, man. Well, we'll talk more about Khan later, I'm sure. Okay, well, let's go on to the next game. The Magic are at the 76ers, courtesy of their loss to the Celtics, who
Yeah.
benched everyone. So I'll say the Sixers, I'm impressed. Speaking of rookies, they got VJ Edgecombe, who's very good. He's got that something about him.
Mm-hmm.
He can get to the rim. And then, of course, Tyrese Maxey is so good. He's so fast. He's
Boy,
so
it's MVP
smooth.
too.
And he's just
He's
like
MVP of the
smiling all
team.
the time, too.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. And I love how the 76ers have like kind of recreated their team under those two
hmm
guys. I heard what happened to Embiid, though, has got appendicitis.
Yeah, man.
What's he been
It's
eating too much raw meat or something? What's going
oh
on,
no, man,
Embiid?
it's crazy. Come on, man. We need you to play and not getting sick and hurt and having surgeries. We don't need none of that, especially towards the playoffs, man. This is the
Oh
playoffs.
my gosh. Any excuse for him to get out of the playoffs. He's not as scared as Ben Simmons was, but he's close.
Nah, nah. Yeah, he's about there. He's about there.
I gotta say though, I used to hate watching him. The guy would just flop every
He's
single
not a true big man. He's
shot,
supposed to have
man.
everybody else falling. He's supposed to have everybody else falling, not him.
Exactly. Instead, he's falling like every time. Who is that white center we had? What
You're
was the
talking
guy?
about
The skinny
talking
guy
about
from.
Plumlee. Plumlee.
Yeah, Plumlee, man. Plumlee would
Yeah,
be like guarding him, and Embiid just be flopping on the ground all the time. Like, come
right,
on, Embiid. We
right.
know that's
You can't be
not
doing
true.
that. That's not you. That's not you. You
But
come on, man.
it
Be
worked. He
aggressive.
was scoring. He got MVP one year doing that.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He tried to
Paul
be a James Harden.
George. I got a story about Paul George, man. I know, like he supposedly, everyone was saying he had a terrible year last year, right?
hmm
And his stats were pretty bad. But as us Hornets fans, man, I was watching him. He was killing the Hornets every time. I was like, what are these people talking about? Like,
Right, right. They
Embiid.
just making everything just all you seeing
Paul George has
jumpers.
been awesome. And it turns out that those two games against the Hornets were his best games of the whole
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah. He had to do that against Miller because Miller looked up to him, so he had to go off against him. So
Oh, you
his
think that's what it
his
is?
goat, his
Oh,
goat makes sense now. It
I
makes
thought he
sense.
was, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you're right. Miller did say that. Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
did get him though. He did dunk on him though. He did get a dunk on him though.
Oh, yeah.
He be able to get a dunk
Miller
over him,
can
so
really
he can.
jam, man.
Yeah, man, he definitely can.
But anyway, and then the Magic, man. Oh, what a disappointment this year.
Yeah,
Kind
they
of
had
feel
some
bad for
injuries too.
them. Feel
I
bad
was
for
expecting them to
Paolo
be a little bit higher.
Banchero.
I was
Yeah,
expecting
they
them to be a lot higher.
they were supposed to be
And
in the
they,
mix for like the first seed.
yeah, and they supposed to made that big trade for Bang. I'm just like, I traded all those draft picks for him to make a difference. I was expecting more. I was really expecting more.
Yeah, and Bane started out a little cold, but he got better.
Hmm.
It wasn't like all his fault, but
Yeah, he had to gel in with a whole new team. I mean, he was with Memphis, so with them they was grit ball, so they was more aggressive. When he came to Orlando, that's a different type of play. So I mean, they're
well,
not
they were.
aggressive
I
like
mean, Orlando was pretty aggressive too, man. Their
yeah.
whole that was kind of their persona too.
But he had Ja though, so Ja was a little bit more at it. So he be throwing him all over the place, throwing alley-oops and going crazy. So they
Yeah,
made a
Jaw
little
was
bit
creating
made a
for
little
him, and then when he came to Orlando, he didn't have that
yeah,
creator basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because they were still having issues with their point guards, trying to figure out who's going to play point or not. So
I mean, he ended up with 391 from 3-point percentage. Like that's pretty great. I mean, that's what Orlando
yeah,
needed. They need a 3-point shooter because they couldn't hit the
yeah,
broadside of a barn.
yeah. I
But
thought Wagner would have been more of the 3-point guy for them, but he's more of an aggressive guard forward.
yeah,
So
he's more of a drive to the rim type. I like Wagner. He played at Michigan. I watched him play in Michigan when I lived up in Ann
hmm
Arbor. Like I said, folks, I've lived all over the U.S. But and he was good. Like I could see it, but he's not that good, man. He gets a lot of love.
yeah, he does. He does
Anyway,
get a
who
lot of
you
love.
got in this matchup?
I'm gonna go with the Sixers. The guard play is gonna really play their role. And they're gonna go at the forwards and to try to win. But Paul George is probably gonna play his role too, since he's gonna play. I feel like he probably get at least like 14 to help out in the win. He might get 20, but I'm reaching for 20.
Well, I don't know, but I
Ooh,
don't know if I'm gonna go all there with Paul George, but those two guards are great. They can get to the rim. They can, I mean, they're fast as hell. Maxey is just one of the most efficient guards in the league.
he
So
is.
I'm gonna take the
He is.
Sixers too in this one. Okay, so then we got our Hornets versus our Sixers versus the 76ers. So all right, here's the big Q, man. Are the Hornets gonna make the playoffs or not? Oh, sorry, not versus 76ers, versus the Magic. So what do you think?
I see them beating the Magic. They've done it both at home and in Orlando. So and they probably will have to play in Orlando. So I can see them going out there winning that one too. I can see them
Yeah.
doing that.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's get the Hornets in the playoffs,
Let's
man.
get
They're
in the playoffs.
exciting.
Yeah,
I think everybody needs to see them. So,
we definitely need to play against Detroit, so we can definitely smack them
yeah,
around too.
man. That'll be
We gotta get them. We gotta
spicy.
get them that.
That'll be spicy, man.
That'd be a
Be
ticket. That'd
Malice
be
at
a
the
ticket to
Palace,
watch.
too.
Huh? Whoa, 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 we can't lose no players now. We can't lose no players. Can't lose
A
them.
good point. Good point. Yeah, that had some long reaching effects back then. Yeah, no, no. We just want to keep it in that series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
aggressive, that's that type of aggression. We need that in the games for the Hornets. They need to be very aggressive there.
Yeah, that should be good. So I think we both got the Hornets. Sorry, Magic. Better luck next year. All right, let's move out to
Oh
the
no, they'll be
West.
the seventh seed, won't they? They'll be the seventh seed if we win, or would they be out?
No, no. So the Sixers play the Magic. They'll be the 76ers would be the seventh seed if they win. And then
Okay.
if
Oh,
we
then we play
beat,
against them. Gotcha, gotcha,
we have to beat the Heat. And then if we beat the Heat, we go to the Orlando and play
gotcha.
them, and
Yeah,
that would be for the
yeah,
eighth seed. Yeah,
yeah. We send both of
you
them
had it
Florida
right.
teams back home. We'll send both of those Florida teams back home.
That's right. Go back to Disneyland. Okay, so let's move out west.
All right.
We got Portland is the number 10, the Trailblazers, with Denny Avdia as their star. That was just another great trade from the Washington Wizards to trade away a
Yeah.
guy who's now a 25 point per game all-star. Idiots. I think they got like one first. Did they even get a first rounder? It was like some pathetic,
I don't even think so. I don't even think
some
so.
pathetic
I think they
haul
got
for
players out there, didn't he?
nothing of
But
interest.
he was hooping though when he was with the when he was with the Wizards though. They just didn't play
Yeah,
him right.
yeah, he could
They just
play.
didn't play him
I
right.
mean, I
Yeah.
don't know Why are they just afraid he won't resign, or like what? I mean, really? Like they're that afraid of like the Portland Trailblazers outbidding them? Like, come on. I don't know. Well, I guess they're
They're playing
competing
against.
against every team in the league at that point
Yeah,
if it's free
yeah.
agency because he was nearing free agency, but just
Oh
resign the
yeah.
guy, man. You got nothing going on. And they're playing the Suns, who to me are just one of the most surprising teams of the year. I was
Hmm.
thinking they were going to be a bottom feeding team, and wow, they've done such a great job.
Yeah.
Jordan Ott, their coach. And I think, Dylan Brooks just came over there in that Durant trade. And man, he just gives like this sort of like anger to everybody
Uh-huh.
and this
Yep.
hustle, and
Very
it's
aggressive.
infectious.
Yeah.
And
He makes a difference, but he's not no Kevin Durant difference. It's a difference though, but you know, he's making a difference for them. And then on top of that, Green is doing his thing too. He's hooping with them too. And like we're gonna see how they play against Portland though, because with Portland, they got a couple players too, and their guard players look a little better, but I see Booker just dropping 40 on
Book, I mean, yeah. So Book's, the biggest star in this matchup.
them. Right.
I don't know how much he's been playing like a star this year, but he's got his team in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got him in there. Hopefully he can get them all the way in.
Yeah. Well, who you got in this matchup?
I'm gonna go with the Suns on this one. I don't think Portland will have it. They'll give them a run, but I feel like the Suns gonna give it to Booker at the end and let him finish them off.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Dylan Brooks is talking a ton of smack. He's saying nobody wants to face us or whatever, but you know what? I kind of like that energy, and he's actually not as bad a shooter as people make him out to be. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the
it's
Suns in
just
this
an
one too.
interesting. It's an interesting jumper though.
Yeah, that's fair. But there's a few of those in the league that have worked
Yeah,
out for him.
yeah.
All right, next matchup we got the Warriors at the Clippers.
That one right there is gonna be a toss up. I really feel like it's gonna be one. It's gonna be an interesting game. And it's at the Clippers. It's in Los Angeles. Feel like Kawhi might do his thing on this one. He might take over on this game, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
Kawhi
hard
is
for Curry.
playing really well. And, if it comes to a series, there's a good chance he ain't going to play a whole series. But one game, he could probably suit up.
Yeah, yeah.
You never
For
know
one
with
game,
him,
this
though, man.
this game this game might be play these first two, and then he's gonna sit out the first two round in the first round.
Yeah, that's probably what it'll be. I mean, it's great. Steph Curry's back. We love Steph, especially in Charlotte. He went to Davidson College, which is just like 15 minutes, 20 minutes up the road from me. But he's got no help. These Warriors, their rookies never panned out really, and Draymond's just on his last leg. He's a podcaster now, kind of like
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. He's doing this
So
thing on the podcast.
he just had one with Anthony Davis, where I guess Anthony Davis was saying, I can't believe the Pelicans didn't make a tribute video for me.
I would have expected it, but he's been there so many times. He should have had one already. He shouldn't have had to deal with it every time. That one time was supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, but he did him kind of dirty on the way out, man.
It's the fact that
But
they trade him. It's I don't know, but you
they did
know,
get like the whole team from the Lakers, though. That was except LeBron. That was
yeah,
impressive.
yeah, yeah. It was. I don't know
But
with
that's in
this
the
Warriors
past.
though.
Yeah,
These
the
Warriors, they're gonna be
Warriors.
hurting.
Yeah, now the Clippers, on the other hand, they're a weird team. Who'd they get from the Pacers? I
Oh
like that
man,
guy. Yeah, Mathurin. They got Ben
yeah,
Mathurin.
yeah,
I like
Ben
Ben
Mathurin. Yeah,
Mathurin. I
yeah.
was I was kind of hoping the Wizards would get him, but I guess he hasn't panned out too well.
Oh no, he has. He's been doing well. He's been doing well with the Clippers ever since he got traded. He's been doing very well. He's been coming off the bench though. I think they're using him more off the bench, and he's been playing his role when he come off the bench and get his numbers up.
Yeah, I guess when they picked up Garland, they put Garland in the starting lineup.
Yeah, yeah.
I suppose
Garland's
that
panning
makes.
out too. He's panning out
Yeah.
too.
All right. Well, this should be. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a good game, but I think the Clippers are going to win.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You agree? Yeah.
Yeah, because then that means that will be the Warriors and Suns playing against each other.
Yeah. Sorry, Steph. Come join the Hornets. You can be our six man or something. Take
Oh
you.
yeah, you can use it.
Yeah.
You and Kobe White coming off the bench,
Yeah.
blowing it
Just
up.
spend the twilight of
You
your
can,
career over here
hey,
in Charlotte. That'll work out.
We might try to
Uh,
get, if you want to, we can get Clay to come down here too, play with, come off the bench. We can get him for the minimum.
yeah, make sure we get it for the minimum, man. He's a little washed. Sorry, Clay. All right, so now we got Clippers versus the Trailblazers in Portland. Who you got?
On that one, I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Going to win that one.
All right, and I'll diverge. I'll say Trailblazers can take this. I think Kawhi, has some mysterious thing where he has to, go to the
Sit out.
locker room. I think he has his
You got
own
the
locker
script.
room.
You
He'll
got the
be
script.
upset because he doesn't have his own locker room up in Portland, and it'll mess him up. He won't be able to play.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's
You
gonna be
got the
tough.
script. I need to know the script too so I can go along with it. The NBA script, you know about it?
But you're one of them. Yeah, man. Of course, there's a script. What? So
With the
well,
editing.
we'll see. I guess we'll see come Friday whether I know the script or not. All right, and then let's talk about the playoff matchups that we know. So we don't actually know who's going to come out from the seventh and eighth seeds. So let's just and I assume that we're going to pick the top two teams regardless. At least I would. So let's talk about the playoff matchups that we do know. These are the real 7-game series. So in the East, we've got Knicks versus the Hawks.
Yeah, that was going to be an interesting one. Trey Young to make the Knicks fans hate him, but
Maybe he'll come
they
and
got a
sit
new.
on the sideline or something.
I don't know. That would be interesting though. He might go there to support him. I don't know. That would be interesting. But
Or would he support the Knicks? Maybe he'd support the Knicks.
maybe, yeah, he probably come in and support the Knicks and they cheer for him. But to be honest with you, I feel like the Knicks might come out on that one. The Hawks had a good run. I mean, they're a growing team. Unless they really play their people with Johnson, if he play as well, gets like a triple double every game almost.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's surprising. He's surprising me ever since
Yeah,
he
he's
came out of
awesome to
Duke.
watch in person.
Yeah, yeah, definitely is.
He can jump
He
out of the
looks so
gym
tall.
too.
Yes, for him to be that
Yeah,
tall, just make it easy. But he flies when he do it.
yeah, man, he really flies. He's super athletic. I like him a lot. I think the Hawks, I really like what they've done with their team, getting rid of Trey Young. I don't think that was ever going to work out. The guy's just too small, too much of a hole on defense. But that said, the Knicks, man, if the Knicks can't beat the Hawks, that really make a lot of people in New York cry, which would be awesome.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no, just kidding, Knicks
yeah.
fans.
There'd be a lot of people upset.
That would be pretty pathetic, is what it'd be. I think the Knicks
It'd be the
take
biggest
this.
upset.
I'm gonna say Knicks take it. I'll say in 6.
Yeah, I give it 6 too.
6? Okay.
Hmm.
Try and keep track of these predictions. All right. Now we got the number 4 versus the number 5, Cavs versus the Raptors. So the Raptors are one of the more somewhat surprising teams. They
Hmm.
played pretty well this year.
Yeah,
They were looking real poor last year, but got Brandon Ingram playing every game. He's a baller. They still don't really have a point guard, but they've been looking okay.
yeah. They have been. I was expecting Charlotte to be at number 5, and the Raptors have been a little bit lower. But they
Maybe
really
next
have
year.
surprised a lot of people. Yeah, they surprised a lot of people, especially with Brandon
They're only
Ingram,
2
like you
games
said.
apart, Hornets had 44
Right,
wins, Raptors had 46. Yeah.
right. I was expecting it to be, the other way around, but
Yeah, Hornets just
injuries
lost
happens and everything.
yeah. Hornets
It was
lost
covered
a
in big
few right
games.
at the end.
Yeah, yeah, definitely was the beginning. But with this series, James Harden getting this win, he's going to get this win with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I see it.
Yeah. Let's talk James Harden, man. Well, let's take a moment to talk James Harden. Oh my God. I just for the Cavs to be like, we failed in the playoffs. So let's go out and get the number 1 failure in the playoffs, James Harden. I'm like, what are you thinking, guys? Have you been alive the last decade?
Yes, I guess they think they see something in him, man. I mean,
You sound like you like James Harden or something. What, say your
I'm
piece?
left-handed. I'm left-handed, so I gotta go. I gotta go for the
That's
left hand, man.
that's what it is.
Gotta respect my left hand guy, man. I mean, but he has disappointed me with a couple of them losses, man. Just in the playoffs, I was expecting him, to go off when he was with the Rockets, but hey, things happen. But with Cleveland, I think they're working him out, and he's finding players that in all positions that are going to score, not just 3 players. He's got from the shooting guard all the way down. Everybody can score. Everybody can score. So he's not really not have to worry about too much. So it's not gonna be all on him more. It's gonna be on
That's a good
everybody else
point.
for real.
Yeah,
It's gonna be on
that's a good
everybody
point.
else. So
That's good for
so
Harden. Yeah,
yeah,
he needs
he,
that
he's
pressure
he's
off.
yeah, he's a playmaker now. So I mean, and then Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell, he's also, he's been one of those guys that they talk about too. He hasn't been able to perform in the playoffs too. So,
I don't.
they they
I call
together,
bullshit.
stay together. It might explode something.
I call
They might go
bullshit
to the
on that.
finals.
Nah,
They
I
might
don't.
go to the finals.
Okay, first of all, I just gotta say, like Mitchell has performed in the playoffs, man. He's played really
Yeah,
well.
he
He
has,
had,
but they always say at the end that he does not perform as much. But I mean, he's a little guy. I mean, he needs somebody else taller to help him out, and James Harden might help him with the boost.
he's a little guy, but he can get up, man. Wow, he can
Yeah,
really
he
dunk.
can.
All right, so I used to be a Utah Jazz fan. It goes back
From
to like
Malone
the
in time.
Stockton and Malone
Yeah.
days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I
So you
still
didn't like
followed
Jordan then?
them. Yeah, I did like Jordan. They were, oh man, the push off. He
Yeah,
pushed
that
off.
was. I was out and look. I was young and I was thinking about that too when I was like, get off me.
Yeah, SGA is perfected that. He does that every play. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more about that later. But listen, Mitchell played the Nuggets once. Sorry, the Jazz played the Nuggets once. And Mitchell had like 340 plus 50 plus point games in one series.
In that bubbles game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
It was
that.
crazy
Yeah.
because then Jamal
Yeah.
Murray also had like 340 plus point games.
Yeah.
And the
That was
Nuggets
going back
came
and forth.
back. They came back from like 3-1 and won. It
Hmm.
was heartbreaking for
That
the
was a
Jazz
crazy.
fans,
That was
man.
crazy.
That
That
was
was
it
a
was an
crazy
awesome
bubble.
series, but
Yeah.
that was a bit of like that was Rudy Gobert and Jokic, and they were the I think in those first games the Jazz were killing Jokic on the pick and roll,
Hmm.
and then
Yep.
then I think they must have made some adjustment or something because that kind of stopped, and then it ended up that Jamal Murray was killing Rudy Gobert on the pick and roll, so it was
Yeah. Was that in the Rudy Gobert Defensive Player of the Year
probably
time?
probably yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
it was.
Fitz a player of the year, but you can't play all the playoff games. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, enough waxing philosophic about D Mitch. I think he's gotten a raw deal, and he's definitely going to beat the Raptors, no problem. In
Yeah.
fact, I'll say Cavs in 5.
Yeah. Toronto get one at home.
Yeah. What you got?
Go with Cleveland and probably in 4.
4. Nice. I
Yeah.
like it. Bold.
'Cause they do got some big men that play defense too. So that's gonna be the
You
thing
know
right
what,
there.
man? I kind of like that 4 thing. I'll do 5 because I already said it, but the Cavs laid waste to the Heat last year. I mean, that was
Hmm.
harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a 40-point average margin of victory or something crazy. But the Raps are better than them. So, yeah, I'll watch a game or two. Just see D. Mitch hooping. See the
Yeah.
Harden. See how Harden and
Harden
D.
and
Mitch are
Mitchell.
working together.
Yeah. See
Harden's
how that
okay
whole
in the
defense.
first round. It's when he gets to those later rounds. Too much
Yeah.
pressure. So much
Well,
pressure.
yeah, especially if they end up making it to the finals and they're playing against not the NBA finals but the Eastern Conference Finals. They play against Boston. That's gonna really be the test.
Yeah. Well, all right. Save those thoughts. We'll talk about that. All right. So let's move over to the West. We got the Nuggets versus the T-Wolves. I'll remind you that the T-Wolves beat the Nuggets not 2 years ago. Of course,
Yeah.
they had Cat then, and Cat, who's very much maligned on defense, actually did a okay job on Jokic, and that really helped them. They do not have Cat anymore, so
Yeah, nah.
for
It's a whole
me,
different ball game.
I got the Nuggets taking this one, but I think it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. I'll go for
Yeah,
7.
I'm going
Nuggets
with
in 7.
whew, whew. I'm gonna go with Nuggets and 6. I'm gonna go with
And
Nuggets and
6.
6. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting one though, because that one, I mean, Edwards is a dog though, man. He could change that whole game, that whole series, but I don't know. He might need another hitter with him to play, especially if might be another point guard he might need to get. But I see the Nuggets giving them work this time.
Well, Jamal Murray's finally playing better. I mean, man, he was down in the dumps. Did you see the Olympics like 2 years
Yeah,
ago on Canada? He
yeah,
could barely even play
yeah,
for Canada. It's
yeah.
crazy.
He's finding his niche. I mean, it's playoff time. you know how he plays when he play in the playoffs. He's
Yeah,
locked and
he's
loaded,
clutch.
locked and
And
loaded. So
and he's been clutch all year. He's gonna
yeah,
make my
he
clutch
has
ballot.
definitely, definitely has been hitting some buckets though. Especially when Jokic's been out, he's been taking over. So yeah, Murray's the man. He surprised me all the way. Like
Is he a
can't even say
lefty?
nothing bad about. Him. Nah, he's a right hand. He's right-handed.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
All right,
nah.
that's how we know you're being honest. That you know.
So I'm gonna call my left-handed people out. I'm gonna definitely call them out.
Yeah, we don't know if we can trust you on the lefties, but yeah, the righties,
Oh
okay,
nah,
yeah. Then it's
yeah,
real.
yeah,
I just messing with you. Yeah, Ant-Man, like Anthony Edwards is so good. Like he's such a good shooter. Like how does he shoot like 40% from three? Like that's crazy. Well, then
he said
last
he was
year was
gonna
like
work on his jump.
43% from three. He's so good.
He
He
said he
can
was working
dunk.
on it.
Like he's
He
good
said
at
he was gonna change it.
defense. He's just so good. But I mean, but in these playoff games, he's not as consistent. Like he's not as consistent as like a D Wade or a Michael Jordan
Yeah,
or these superstars.
yeah.
He talks a
He's
good
still
game
growing.
and stuff.
He's
Yeah,
still
maybe
growing.
you're right. Maybe you're right, but I mean, it's been shoot, man. What's his seventh year, sixth year?
I think
hmm
it's what?
Yeah, he's only 24. You're right. Six
Yeah,
years. It's
yeah.
been 6 years, man. Time to
He
grow
he's.
up and just take over every playoff game, man. That's what I want to see from him. And who knows?
I mean,
Maybe
he
it could
got to drop
happen,
40.
but
He
drop.
got to drop
Yeah,
40. But
at
they
least.
do have a lefty on their team though, Julius Randle. So he just need to step up. But he's been. I don't know. I've been trying to find him, but he has been making me happy lately too. So another lefty I'm mad at. So I was expecting him and Ant Man would be the dogs for real, like just both of them just going back and forth scoring. But it happens.
I didn't have high hopes for Randall after his stint with the Knicks. I thought people dogged him like crazy.
Yeah,
He
but
was awesome
he's
coming
still
out of
hooping.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
But the Lakers shed him, and then
he
wasn't
played with the
working out with the
Pelicans.
Knicks. But he played pretty well with the T Wolves last year.
Yeah, yeah.
He was surprising in the playoffs. He was taking it to teams,
Hmm.
kicked the Lakers' butt.
Yeah, definitely did that.
So I've been impressed. I've been pretty impressed with his stay in the T Wolves. I think he's dropped off a little bit this year, but
Yeah, he has. Definitely has.
he's still scoring 20 and could probably get a few more rebounds. But Rudy
What he's
is
averaging like six, like
he's
six
only
or
got like
seven.
6.7, yeah.
Yeah,
But Rudy eats up a lot of those.
yeah,
He's an interesting cat, right? There just aren't that many power forwards in the league now, like scoring
yeah,
power forwards. It's just
yeah.
that aren't like 3-point snipers. So
But he can
I,
shoot.
I
He can
I root
shoot
for
that
those
too.
guys. I just root for those guys just to have a little bit of variance, just maybe because of Karl Malone and stuff back
Yeah,
then they had power
yeah.
forwards. So
The real power forwards.
I wish him well. McDaniels has got the longest arms. Holy crap. His
Hmm.
wingspan is crazy. I
Out
love
there.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's got
He's a sniper too. If they
yeah,
if he
he's
gets
a
if he gets to
character.
start shooting, they'll make a little like I said, they'll make a difference if everybody play their role. But
They got DeSumo now who can play some D.
hmm
They still got
yeah, he's
Naz
definitely a
Reid,
defensive player.
but
I
you're
was
right.
surprised when he got traded over there too from the Bulls, Anusa. I was
Yeah,
surprised
why
with
would the
that.
Bulls let go of him? The Bulls are just their
They're
organization
tanking.
makes no sense.
Tank
Yeah,
alert, tank alert.
along with everybody else, or 10 other teams. If everybody tanks, it doesn't work. So I guess, yeah, you're right though. They just don't have a point guard. Conley's just way too old,
Yeah,
and yeah, so that's an issue. But let's get Anthony Edwards. You take over that role, man. He can do it.
yeah, he definitely can.
You're
He
right.
definitely can do it.
He's just got to grow a little bit. You're right. I mean, freaking Julius Randle has more assists than him. Like, come on, Ant Man.
He can
Just
do
pass the
that though.
ball.
That's left-handed. We gonna throw that thing. We gonna throw it to the right though.
You can see different angles. Yeah, that's it. No one's ready for your passes because, like, why is it coming out of that hand? What's going on? All right, all right. All right, what we got? Okay, so we both got the Nuggets in this one. Okay, then we have the Lakers versus
Lakers.
the Rockets. And the Lakers are without Luka, a pulled hamstring. I don't know, man. I pulled a hamstring before and it didn't last that long. I'm kind of hoping he would have been back by now. It's crazy. He pulled the hamstring on his 64th game, so he's not going to get any NBA awards, I think. Although they're trying to make an exception because his wife had a baby or something, and he had to go home to see the baby. Seriously, I'm not making this up. So
Damn,
they're gonna.
you get the doctor note at work.
He got the doctor's note from his mommy to bring to the principal, and I don't know. We'll see if Principal Adam Silver rejects it or not. I think the guy. I mean, all right. So he's my favorite player in the NBA. So I think I'd love for him to get some postseason love. I'm sure some awards love. I'm sure he won't be getting MVP, especially with this 65 game kerfuffle.
Yeah.
But
Full season of Luca, it'll probably be a nasty Luca, and it probably be a nasty Lakers too. So, but
I mean, they were starting to get good. Like LeBron, like was starting to. I mean, the guy's 41, and he was just became like an alley oop master, and it was working, man. Like LeBron
yeah,
stopped like pretending like he's running the office or whatever. Luca's
and
throwing,
just play his part.
dropping dimes,
hmm
dude's dunking, and he stopped passing it to who's their two guard that they
Austin
got
Reed,
from the
Austin
Celtics.
Reed.
No, the guy who
No,
can defend.
you said the one that came from the Celtics, Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That guy is a dog on defense, but he can't hit the
yeah.
broadside of the bar. And early in the
No,
season, I watch a lot of Lakers games, not because I'm a Lakers fan, but because I'm a Luca fan. And now I reluctantly have to kind of be a Lakers fan. And LeBron would be like passing to Marcus Smart. I'm like,
Marcus
don't do
Smart.
that, don't do that, Marcus. Marcus has never,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
not shot the ball.
yeah. He was more going to the hole. He was never a shooter. He was never a shooter.
Listen, Marcus, let me explain something to you. I'm not going to say this to your face because you could probably sock a hole through my eye socket. But there's
Listen
a
to the
reason
fans.
you're open, buddy. There's a reason you open. Okay.
Take that step in and shoot the two. Shoot the two.
There you go, man. Take a few
You got
steps.
it. You got it. I
Pass it
trust you.
to.
Go in.
Oh man, you're great on defense. The Lakers need you badly, but maybe make it extra pass.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So that's the current state. Austin Reeves has got an oblique injury or something. Man, he has the second best. He's the second best at layups or at the rim shots in the league. Austin Reeves.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think he's like, yeah, crazy. But anyway, he's out too. He's definitely out the whole series. And now they're facing the Rockets, who have also been a little disappointing. And they got
No
Kevin
point guard
Durant.
play. No point guard play.
They got no point guard. They don't even start the point guard that they drafted third overall. Although apparently he's a six-man candidate.
Yeah, he is one of those. They didn't want to sign no veteran to come. I mean, they could have picked up Chris Paul. I mean,
But no one will go to
I
his
need
parties, man. Did you hear about
I
that?
would have been. Yeah, I heard about it. It's crazy. Like I would have went Chris Paul. I would have been there. I would have been there, bro. I would have been
Doug
there.
would have Doug would have been there, man.
I gotta show the captain love, man. Chris Paul would have made that whole team look. Just like I said, the Rockets probably wouldn't be number 6. They'd probably be up a little bit higher. 'Cause Chris Paul is gonna make sure everybody holds accountable for everything. Like he's a general for a reason.
I don't. I think Chris Paul's days are done. But Doug,
Yeah.
you keep holding on, man. Is he a lefty too or something? Is that what
No, he's a right-handed. He's just the point guard. He's the point guy, man. That's my point guard.
he
The point
is?
guy
He
that I
is.
represent.
I'm just messing with you. He
Yeah,
he was
I
the
was a Clippers
man.
fan. I was a Clippers fan when he went to the Clippers. Hey, he was Lob
Yeah,
City
I
all the
mean, those
time.
were awesome days with Blake and all the alley oops. Yeah, that was a good times. But
But with this game,
yeah, he's almost as old as me, man. So
hey, he still can do it. He still can throw it in a little bit. But I
I
think the
don't think
Rockets, though,
maybe in China. Where is Chris
well, they ain't
Paul,
trying to
Doug?
get. He's retired right now with his kids.
Okay,
He's with his
that's what I
son.
thought.
Watching his son
Yeah,
working out
that's
with
what.
him.
All right, all right. Sorry, I don't mean to diss on Chris that much. He was an awesome player. But let's talk about the current Rockets. They do not have Chris Paul. They
They
do
got
have Reed Shepard, but they won't even start him. Tari
Kevin
Eason's
Durant.
been okay. Jabari Smith's getting better,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
he
still
is.
basically just a 3 and D guy.
they playing tall ball too. That's the thing too. They're playing
Well,
tall
is
ball.
Adams back?
Everybody,
What's the deal with Adams? Is he still
I
out?
think he's still hurt. I think he's still hurt.
So they had something great going where Adams would just rebound every brick they shot, so they would just kill teams on the boards. That was back when they were like in the second seed. But
Yeah,
then once Adams went out, that kind of went away.
yeah, that
Are
hurt him.
you?
That
What's
hurt
your
him
What's
more.
your thoughts on Shingun?
He needs to play a little bit more defense. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He's
Aggressive
he's
on
good
offense? What do you mean?
on defense. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive on defense. He's supposed to hold everybody else accountable because he's the big man. But you know, sometimes he give up and you'll see him on the back end just like okay. But
Hmm.
I can see him. He does play well on offense. It's just with me, my thing with him is defense. If
I think
you
that's
got
fair. I
players on
think
the team,
he's like short arms,
yeah, that too, that too.
but he's
You got the
strong.
body
Like,
though. You got the body.
yeah, he's strong. He tries. I mean, he'll body people up and stuff. He might not
Yeah,
be a great help weak side defender.
yeah. But he's got one of the candidates for the defensive player of the year in Thomas.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Thompson? Yeah, hey man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
guy is
He
so
is.
athletic. Holy moly.
Yeah, and the dunking
Uh,
and everything with him is ridiculous.
you know, I think Houston's gonna win this series mostly because the Lakers are so injured, and OKC's probably gonna wreck them. But they have so much talent. Kevin Durant is just such an enigma to me. Like I used to, man. I'll tell you about KD. I used to watch him. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for a future pod. But I have a history with KD, and I wish him the best. But the stuff he's doing, where he's subtweeting, possibly, like that just is tearing your team apart, man. That's not cool. Like, gosh, you
You
just
know,
gotta
social
be a.
media gets you in trouble. Social
Oh
media will
yeah,
get you in
man.
trouble.
You just gotta be a better leader than that, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. And you older than everybody too, bro. You older than everybody.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Don't play to
All
these
right.
kids' games.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah, he's like me on Reddit or something. Except they found out his username. You're too famous for that, Kevin. All right, man. Cool. Well, I think we went through all those playoffs. Why don't we talk now about our conference finals? Or sorry, wait. I didn't get your pick. Who you have? Rockets or Lakers? And
I
let's
got the
pick a
Rockets
number of games.
and six.
Rockets in six. Same as me, man. Rockets in six. Although, shoot, the Lakers really gonna win two games?
They might
Yeah,
get a little
LeBron.
surprise.
LeBron will
They
get,
might get a
it's that NBA script. LeBron will get a
yeah.
few. Those Lakers, they always get like five more free throws per game than any other team. It's
Oh
it's
man,
innate. It's insane.
it's the Lakers. It's the Lake Show.
It's the Lake Show. It's the pretty boys. All right, moving on. All right, man. Who do you think's gonna make the conference finals in each league?
Out of the East, I'm gonna go with the Celtics and Cleveland.
Celtics and Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Wait, let's
Celtics
make
and
sure
Cleveland.
that can actually happen. Yes,
Yeah, I
it
was gonna
can.
make sure. Yeah,
All right, all right, all right. I like it. Okay, and I will
and then
go
I'll.
with. I'll go with. All right, the Cleveland one's tough for me because I could definitely see Detroit beating them. I really could.
Yeah,
I don't think the Evan Mobley thing has ever worked out. Like he's just never become really a superstar.
I don't know. He's been
Uh,
an All-Star, haven't he?
yeah, he has, but people just glaze him like crazy, man. Have you watched him
Hey,
play? He
he plays
can't get a rebound.
Oh, he's the rebounding king for them. Him and
Evan
Allen.
Mobley,
You said Evan
man.
Mobley.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Allen
yeah.
can get a rebound. Evan, well, I don't know, both of them. If the Knicks come against them, any Knicks center is gonna destroy him on the boards, man. Embarrass him. They're too skinny, man. But you got my boy D Mitch. Oh man, I don't know about that one. That's a tough one. Pistons versus Cavs.
Yeah,
I'll pick the Cavs though, just for my. No, they're not gonna make it.
you
They
got
got
him
Harden.
Detroit. Go ahead and
Harden's
pick
just a
Detroit.
loser.
And
Harden's
pick
gonna
Detroit.
submarine it. Harden's gonna submarine it, bro. I'm gonna pick Detroit and the Knicks.
Okay. Oh, Detroit and the Knicks. Ooh, the Knicks beat
Detroit and the
Celtics.
Knicks.
Ooh,
Listen, let me explain
ooh.
something to you, Doug, and all listeners. The Knicks, despite, getting rid of Tom Thibodeau, they succeeded last year. They built a roster to beat the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
They gave all those draft picks away to get that Villanova cat, Bridges, and Anunoby as well. And those two guys can guard the Celtics' main two guys. And they won. They won it last year. They had some incredible comebacks, sure, but they won it in 6. I don't think Tatum's injury was a factor. They had already lost that game, the Celtics. So the Knicks I think the Knicks were built to beat the Celtics. They succeeded last year. I think they can succeed again, especially with Tatum, only being back for a few weeks. I thought he was going to screw up the Celtics when he came back, and that didn't happen.
I mean,
You might notice
other
a little
players that
bit
don't shoot.
What's that?
I said he don't. Remember, they got other players that really we didn't know who they were. So I mean, of course they're gonna give him the ball and let him shoot.
Yeah, but I just thought that was going to screw things up, but apparently it hasn't. So he's good. He's freaking great again,
Back
even
in his
with an
spot.
Achilles
Yeah,
injury,
dunking
which
on
is
everybody too.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously the Celtics were monsters without him,
Hmm.
getting to the second pick. But this is the playoffs. The Knicks were built to beat them, so I got the Knicks.
All right. We're
But
gonna
I'm
see
gonna
that.
record. You've got
Who might be?
Cavs versus. Okay, then who you got going to the finals in the East?
Ooh, go with the Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics. All right.
Taking the Celtics might go to the finals. It's
All
gonna be an
right.
interesting finals when I get to the West.
All right. And I got the Knicks. Knicks are gonna do it. All right. Now the West. Okay, the West.
I already know who that's gonna be for me. I'm gonna go with OKC and the Spurs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. And what about for the who's gonna win it?
OKC.
Right. And I'm gonna take the Spurs. I think the Spurs can do it, man. I know they're young. I know it goes against NBA history that a young team
Yeah.
can't get all the way. But listen, I put my money where my mouth is. I placed a 10-1 bet on the Spurs to win it
Oh,
all. So I'm hoping to get them winnings. And they already beat OKC like 3 times.
yeah, they dogged them. They dogged them.
Yeah. So they can
But
take this. They can take them.
they
Can they
had
take
they
the
didn't have
Nuggets? Can they take the Nuggets? I don't know.
that's still gonna be the thing too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be the one that worked
Maybe
them
try and
out
beat the
more than
Nuggets so
anything.
you don't have to play them, idiots. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they might work them out though. The Nuggets might give them a workout, and they might not be able to play against OKC like that. But we
Yeah.
definitely gonna see. We definitely gonna see how that turns out.
Yeah, they're
But out
gonna
of
get
that,
more of a workout than Houston does the OKC. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So who do you think you're gonna call for the finals? I mean, who's gonna win it out of your pick
Taking the Spurs, man.
all the
It's
way,
gonna be
all
a,
the
a
way?
replay of the NBA Cup, but this time Spurs are gonna take it.
Oh man, okay. So you're gonna do the Spurs. Out of mine, I'm gonna go with OKC. OKC winning it all back to back, prizing the whole world again.
OKC. I'm writing down your picks for posterity here. So you got OKC versus the Celtics with OKC taking it. So here's my hope. My hope is that, there was a game about couple weeks ago, where they actually called an offensive foul on SGA for pushing off on the last shot. And I'm hoping that some coaches work some magic and get those refs to keep calling that. This is going to just
And that's what
destroy OKC's whole
when
game,
they play
man.
against the Spurs.
Exactly. I think the Spurs can legit take OKC. So, and then can they take the Knicks? Yeah, probably. So yeah, should be interesting, man. I
It's gonna
think
be interesting.
the coolest part is like, yeah, you picked the favorite. I mean, OKC's the favorites, but I think it's more wide open than that. The OKC showed some chinks in the armor.
Yeah,
Jalen Williams hasn't been as good as he was, so they're not unbeatable.
yeah. I
And
think
man,
with
that Wemby.
yeah, he's something else, man. Just
He's something else. And then they got
just
Stephen
long.
Castle. They got
Yeah,
guards and guards and guards, man. They got Stephen Castle's awesome.
and Fox. And Fox is a
Fox.
lefty. You
Fox
already
has been
know.
playing so
Fox a
well.
left.
Yeah.
Actually,
I love
Fox and Harper are both left-handed.
both of them. Well, no wonder they're
Yeah,
so good. What are we
yeah,
doing here?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they got the second pick in the NBA is just like a backup. And then they
yeah.
got Keldon
Exactly.
Johnson's. Then all their
He,
starters, all their players who were like starters before, are now coming off the
hmm
bench, and they're awesome. And they got this Champagny guy.
They got. I think they had if Matt Barnes would have scored 17 points, I think, the last game, they would have had 8 players in double digits throughout the whole
Yeah.
season. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let you know anybody can do anything on the team. So it ain't just one person. It's multiple people that can score.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
a
out to
team
Mitch
effort.
Johnson, who's coaching the whole thing. But they
Yeah,
just have a lot of talent.
it,
And
it's the
I,
pop.
I
It's
think
still
they can
pop.
do it.
It's
I think
still
they can do
pop
it.
in
This
there.
this Nuggets thing, though, we'll see. The Nuggets look good.
Yeah, yeah. The Nuggets do look good too.
All right,
But
man.
if the Spurs do what you say they do, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. We definitely gonna be watching though. We definitely gonna be watching. I'll be happy to see the Spurs win a championship if they beat OKC. I'll love it.
I like
I
their
love it.
players. I like Fox. I like Wembanyama. I mean, he's so exciting. I love Steph Castle.
Hmm.
He gives me some like little bit of Jordan vibes. I know that's sacrilegious to say, but he's got like that kind of relentlessness about him.
Yeah,
Sometimes, not
aggressive
sometimes. He's got that. Yeah, he's
all the
always
time. Yeah,
aggressive.
he got that it factor.
Yeah,
That triple double game that he had too. That 42 was it 42, 10, and 11 or 10 and 10. That was a crazy game. I was like, oh wow, he
yeah. See,
hooping,
he can do that
hooping.
stuff. Now, if he was Jordan, he'd be doing that like 25 times a season. But I
Exactly.
think he could get there.
Yeah, yeah. It's been an interesting season though.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, that wraps up our first inaugural pod. Thanks to Douglas Blake. That was great talking with you, man. Thanks for listening, everyone. We're going to hit you up again at the end of the week with all of our awards picks and with some notes on the play-in games. And appreciate you all. This has been Droppin Dimes. You can reach me, Michael Delp, on X
Appreciate it.
at
Appreciate it.
MJDelp. All right. Peace out, everyone.
Have a good one, everyone.